Good evening. I'm Dan Fitzpatrick at StockMarketMentor.com, and it's Wednesday, August 12th. I want to talk to you about Apple and Baidu. I've featured this stock, and I think Baidu too, recently. And I did post an article, a really short one, in Real Money today about Apple. And here's the thing. You have to decide on what your time frame is. This has actually been a pretty decent trading stock for long and short trades. Longer term, let's look at this. You just look at the weekly chart. Do you see anything bullish about this? If you do, you're probably long Apple and hoping for a miracle. Look at Baidu. By the way, just keep this chart in mind. Okay, Baidu had a similar deal where it traded up over the 50-day or excuse me, the 200-day moving average, and then once it started drifting below, it really took off. Let's look at this on the daily chart, and you can really see what I'm talking about. A move up drags the 50-day moving average up, and then gradually we get a crossover. Okay, you're seeing the same. You're about to see the same thing with Apple. Today, the stock got a really nice bounce, and like I said, I flipped my positions because they're short term. I was waiting for, and I mentioned this to our stock market mentor peeps the other day, that what you want to see if you want to short Apple, and I do, but only if it gives me the right entry. I got nothing against Apple. That's my iPhone right there. Love my Apple stuff, except the new music thing. But I'm waiting for the setup, and so what I'm hoping is that we get like a move to $1.20, you know, somewhere up above, like right around the 200-day moving average. You get that for a few more days, and then you're going to get this death cross, which actually happened in the Dow Jones Industrial Average just yesterday. Saw an article about it somewhere, but you know, I was talking about the transport one ages ago. So none of this should be a real surprise to you if you've been here. But with Apple, look for a short-term rebound. But I'm telling you, man, don't be a true believer in this. I'll say this. I say it all the time because it's always true. I could be wrong about this. And Apple is, as some folks would say, it's really, really cheap. I look at it and say, okay, it could be really, really cheap if it had a spurt in its growth rate. But that's not what the chart is telling us. What this chart is telling me is we've got a lot of pain, a lot of cheerleaders up here around 130-ish, and a lot of those folks, I think, when the stock gets up here, are going to be happy to sell you their stock. So I want you to be careful about Apple. Don't be shorting it now. It's still it's a much loved stock. Just let the stock do what it does, and I'm telling you, if it gets up into the 120s and starts failing at all, that's when you want to pounce in this on the short side, either through buying puts, selling call spreads, or just flat out shorting the stock. Ultimately, look how much Baidu came down. Who would think that it would do that? It's Chinese. It's China's biggest search engine. So anyway, that's it for this video on Apple. Again, I just want you to be careful. Also, just know that this is a real jiggy market right now, up and down. You're going to get some follow through tomorrow. That's the way it always is. But right up here still is where resistance lives. So this is going to have to work really hard to punch out above there. Okay, that's it. Members, over to the strategy session. I actually, and this is important, I'm listing about 10 oversold high probability longs for you in the morning. They're just some that are just really, really ripe. By the way, if you're not a member of Stock Market Mentor, go ahead and sign up for the free trial. You can get that video. You can look at it. And by the way, you can always cancel without, during your free trial. Doesn't bother me because I don't know about it. I don't track that stuff. That's my brother Gary. So I just do what I do. Anyway, hope to see you there.